In this video, I show you guys new blocks, items, and weapons that could be added to the already amazing 1.19 Wild update. I've completely overhauled the existing Minecraft biomes, and now I get to show you guys all the amazing features Mojang announced and a few ideas I've decided to add to the game myself. Enjoy the video. The first thing I wanted to show you guys brings me to the swamp biome, which is completely changed in the 1.19 update. As you can probably already tell, on top of the already announced content like the mangrove trees and the mud all over the ground, I've actually gone ahead and added a few more blocks and items to make the swamp biome seem much more lively and detailed. Now, the first thing you guys probably noticed was these massive dirt piles coming out of the ground. These are my idea of a new 1.19 structure I like to call the swamp springs that can now be found all over the swamp biome. These springs contain large amounts of iron and peat, a new block I'll explain a little more about in just a second. The swamp will now become a great biome to gather iron from, making it much more useful and actually reasonable to go out and find one of these biomes. Now, another block I decided to add was peat, which is this brown stuff here. Peat can be mined using a shovel, and it's actually a really good item to use as a fuel source in a furnace. Now, the last thing you guys probably noticed in the background was the new witch huts. These things are a bit more rare, but inside they have way better loot. One of the cool things about the overhauled witch huts is that you can now make potions in Minecraft without having to go to the nether first. Inside the new witch huts are some nether wart growing, and inside these chests are some jars with fireflies and also some goat horns. I think these new items could be used to make some interesting new potions as well. Now, the second biome I wanted to show you guys was the new birch forest. As you can probably already tell, there are a few more blocks I've added into the game, but again, I'll talk about those in just a minute. At Minecraft Live, Mojang said that they wanted to improve on the immersion of the game and really look at how it feels to play and be inside the world. I've decided to take a look at some of the concept art and add in a few new flower types and other plants to make the game look more pretty and nice. On top of the fungi growing on the sides of the birch trees, the moss is actually pretty useful. I've added in a new crafting recipe to the game where you take 3 sticks on some of this moss from the birch trees and you're able to make a small campfire. Although it's a lot easier to make, you can't actually cook anything on this block, but I still think it's really cool, and I'm always excited for new blocks, no matter what the functionality is. Now, the last biome is a bit more interesting. Right now, I'm deep underground in the new deep dark biome. Although this biome was pushed back to the 1.19 update, the Deep Dark biome contains the new Deep Dark cities, a naturally generated structure that we don't really know much about yet. I've decided to add a new block into the game that helps upgrade your tools so they're better than netherite, but there's a really high price to pay in order to do so. Imagine this for a second. You start a new Minecraft world, chop down some trees, build a house, and find a pet. For a lot of people, having a dog, cat, horse, or other pet is a really fun and wholesome part of the game. Now, prepare to kill your pet, as this is the final sacrifice that needs to be made in order to finally max out your netherite gear! Once you kill a pet, they now drop a soul, which can be combined with a netherite tool using the new soul tables to create some super overpowered weapons. Depending on the soul type, the effects can be different, like increased health, faster movement, and the ability to deal much more damage to enemies. Obviously, a player could just go out and tame a pet specifically to kill it, so that's why the longer you spend with your pet tamed in a Minecraft world, the better the effects are when upgrading your netherite tools. Now, I know, this is actually a pretty horrible way to upgrade your gear, and this probably wouldn't actually be added to Minecraft. In hindsight, this definitely wouldn't be added to Minecraft. But obviously, you don't have to do this if you don't want to. I'm personally on that Sigma male grind set, you know how it is, so I'm willing to pay any price for the most overpowered weapons in the game and conquer all of humanity once I've made the final slaughter! No pets were harmed in the making of this video. Finally, the last thing I wanted to show you guys was this, and some of you may recognize it from Minecraft Dungeons. The Warden was announced a pretty long time ago now, and I've always wondered why it was so powerful. According to the Minecraft developers, the Warden can easily kill you even with full netherite armor. At first, I thought the Warden might drop something really rare or, have a super unique ability, but now the reason I think it's so powerful is because it's guarding something. Because the Warden is obviously endgame content, that thing it's guarding must be pretty powerful too. The thing I'm talking about is, well, it's the Orb of Dominance. Originally from Minecraft Dungeons, the Orb of Dominance is pretty much the most powerful item in the game, and I'd like to think in order to obtain it, you have to kill the Warden guarding the orb first. Yeah, we're just gonna ignore the fact that the orb is it's a cube. I don't exactly know what the orb could be used for, but I do know one thing. It would be really, really powerful.
What the dog doing?